Hey guys, another weekend back on the wagon. Got it on the lift. It's back from Larry at B&D Glass. Glass looks awesome. Sorry it's so high up here. It's kind of hard to see and appreciate it, but pretty stoked on it. Devin Schultz from the shop here has been going to town on some of my stainless in the meantime, trying to get straightened up. He's been doing an awesome job on that. Jeremiah's buttoning up the wiring on it. Good news, it makes noise. I tried posting a video to our Instagram page. Maybe it was my personal Instagram page. Anyway, sound didn't come through, so video of that coming up. After we ran it initially, found out power steering lines leaked and also a fuel line leak. Not a huge thing. It's up under here. We have the Holley regulator and return line. They were loose, but you know, easy peasy, get that dialed in. My goal for today is to get the lines dialed in on this thing, fire it up again. Gotta keep plugging away. We got a bunch of air ride stuff to wrap up under here. It's nice that it's up on the lift. It's a spot that is hard to get in this shop. After some car shuffling, got it up there, but I need to make my time worth it and get that dialed in so we can get customer cars back in here. Just a little follow up here. Jeff Chevelle is done. John's Camaro is done. We will have some video footage of that here coming up soon. As you can see, the weather is pretty nice out there, but I think we're expecting snow again. Awesome. Try and take advantage of it while we can. This is such a cool car here. So we did a clean LS3 install on this. It's got TKX 5-speed, full Ridetech suspension, and Willwood brakes. So Dutchman rear end, kind of standard procedure here. We did a Super Sport clone on it, which is just badging and a hood for the most part. Changed the interior from blue to black, went from bench to bucket, also went from automatic to manual. Awesome driving car. What else we got in here? Got a pair of these Camaros, which you've probably already seen on another video. Bird's 40. It's getting some front end pulley updates and electrical updates and interior updates and all that good stuff. Also, I haven't really touched on this car that much. This was my grandpa's 1930 Model A. His mom used to drive it to work every day from Portland area. It had a small wire fire. They parked it. It's been sitting in the back of their barn since 1957. So quite a while. I knew the car was back there. It was buried. I've been working for years to get it off his hands. And all I'm doing is I'm rebuilding it for him so he can drive it again. Somebody's already put a little V8 60 in it, split the bones on it. That's pretty cool. Early hot rod stuff. Close to getting that back on the road too. So lots of stuff going on. Stay tuned. Let's get on that wagon now. All right, got battery hooked up in here. So power steering lines down there, those are backwards, I think. I'm gonna check those later. I just got done tightening the fuel line in the back. Don't mind this business. We just threw it on there to make it run. I'm gonna not fire it up, but turn the key on and pressurize the system. And let's see what we got here. Check for leaks. And I'm not so sure that that's going to fix the deal, but okay, everything's pressurized. I'm gonna do it again just because. And maybe I'll do it one more time. All right, so I can hear that the pump is pressurized, lines are full. Let's go break some hearts and check out back. See what we got for leaks. Whoa! Try not to die getting out. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Yep. She's leaking. So I guess we'll get back under there, and I think it might be the fitting. I was kind of hoping it wasn't going to be. But yeah, I'm gonna run this sucker up. Be back in a sec. So all the lines look good except for this guy right there. So I put a wrench on it earlier to tighten it up, hoping that would do it, but still not. So I'm going to blow that line apart, take another look at it. Sometimes these the braided section there will push its way out. Tear that line off and see what we got going on. pulled all the fittings off of there, made sure that this one was snugged up here. What I did, put a little piece of tape in here to make sure that when I tighten this up, it's not pulling this one off of it. And I think that should do it, but we should know here shortly. I'm going to crank up this one here, bolt it back on, repressurize the system, and we'll try it again here in a second. All right, line's tight again. I'm going to drop the car down. Sorry about the lighting. Drop the car down, pressurize it again, see if it leaks. Fingers crossed. No such luck. I'm gonna try tightening it up a little bit more. Ultimately, it looks like I'll be changing that fitting out, so I'm sure we got more laying around here, so yeah, try that again. Round 3, new fitting. This one's a 45. I didn't have a, sorry, a 130. I didn't have any more 180s. So pressurize it, see what happens. Dry as a bone. Nothing. Third time's a charm. So that leak is done. Now I have more leaks to chase. So these leaks here, power steering, see the lines I have right here. I think I put them on backwards. It was a 50-50 shot. That's why I don't gamble. Anyway, I did, when I put these on, did a flared fitting and a 6 right there on both ends. So should be a matter of just switching the lines. I don't know if I have enough return line length to do that, but I'm gonna find out here right now. While that drains out on everything, I'm gonna make a new line. Since this line here needs to move to the other side of the sway bar, I think it'll work fine, but I think the return line is going to be a little short. So I'm gonna make another one of these 90s while that's dripping and swap out this back line here. All right, piece of stainless, some 3/8. I just cut it off a spool that we had here. Basically, I'm gonna take this tube nut. It's got a little flare on the end. That goes over that after it's flared, and we'll tighten down on there. So I need to put a bend in this and flare it. Here we go. Just gonna use my AN flaring tool. Hi, Dane. So took some stainless line, put a little bend in it, took the AN flare for a tube nut, put a little flare on the other side so the hose can slip over and not slide off, but I think this will do the trick. Let's throw it on there and see what happens. All right, got the power steering lines built, everything's installed. I'm gonna drop the car down, throw some fluid in it, and then fire it up again, see if we got leaks. Just made a new 6 fitting here. I'll bring you in here. Come on in here, check it out. There it is. So I just made a new return line right here. And this is the pressure line. Everything hose-wise still work. I'm gonna run it up, run it down, whatever we're doing. We're dropping it down, throw some fluid in it, and fire it up and see if it makes the engine bay shiny again. Not good. So I'm thinking that I probably had my lines on the right way and it was something else that was leaking. That's cool. So, going to switch the lines back around, fill it back up, and then look for leaks again. Seems like a good idea. Back to square one again. We got the lines swapped around. I'm going to throw a wrench on the back side of these fittings here just to make sure those are tight. I think they are. And throw some more fluid in it, and then see if I can tell where the leaks are coming from. Should not have switched the line. So it basically blew out the seal coming out of that. That's what I was afraid of. So yep, I'm gonna drop this rack out of here and see how bad it is. And looks like we need a new seal on that rack. That's a bit of a bummer. Oof, update. So not going according to plan. So right here, blowing out input shaft seal. You got to rebuild the rack, I guess. The input seal, shaft, whatever. And get that tuned up now. Don't put your lines on backwards. Throwing in a towel. This rack is giving me fits. Also, it is leaking like crazy out of the input shaft seal. I pulled the rack out, got it all tore apart, the seal, checked out, put it back together. It was going to be perfect. Nope, still leaks. So I don't know if we got too much pressure in here or what the deal is, but I'm going to pull the rack out yet again and see what's going on with it. Anyway, other than that, it sounds awesome, but I can't run it long enough with the power steering spitting everywhere. It's just an absolute mess. I'm going to make you guys wait till next time to hear it run, but shouldn't be much longer. Get that rack sorted out, and then we can run it, check fans, check AC, check everything else. I don't even know if the transmission works yet. You know, it's been rebuilt. Anyway, hey, fuel system's fixed, so that's a win. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Next episode, she'll be running. I promise you that.